types of water. Number 1, hard water, and number 2, soft water. Here, hard water basically forms an insoluble material, while soft water forms a soluble material. The hardness is always of a hard water. So in this manner, let's begin the new topic, which is types of hardness. There are two types of hardness. Number 1, temporary, and number 2, permanent. Temporary hardness and permanent hardness is also known as carbonate hardness. When we have a water which contains CaHCO3 twice, when we heat it, at that time it will convert CaCO3, H2O and CO2. When it gets converted into CaCO3, it forms an insoluble matrix or insoluble compound, right? So this is, or it can be easily removed by boiling. We can easily separate out CO2, H2O and CaCO3. Okay, now let's begin with another one, which is permanent hardness. What is the meaning of permanent hardness? So it is known as non-carbonate hardness. Here, what we need to take into account is this hardness is due to the dissolved chlorides, sulfates of calcium and magnesium. We know that two positively charged ions are responsible for all of these things. Number 1, which is calcium, number 2, which is magnesium. Here, chlorides and sulfides of calcium and magnesium actually causes the problem which is known as permanent hardness. Okay, the salts which can cause permanent hardness are CaCl2, MgCl2, CaSO4, MgSO4, etc. Now, it cannot be easily removed by boiling. Because of it, it is known as permanent hardness. Only and only certain chemical treatments can remove the permanent hardness from hard water. Okay, now here total hardness can be calculated by the sum of two different types of hardnesses. Number 1, temporary hardness. Number 2, permanent hardness. When both of this combines together, it forms permanent hardness, or it forms total hardness. Okay. Now, let's move ahead to our next topic. Our next topic is units of hardness. We have to calculate some of the numericals based upon this. So we have to take into account that which kind of units can be used to describe the hardness. Here we have ppm, second one is mg per liter, third one is degree Clark, fourth one is degree French. Now let's see them one by one. Number of parts of equivalents of CaCO3 hardness causing salt present in 10⁶ parts of water is known as ppm, which is parts per million. Okay. Now, next one is mg per liter. So it is the number of milligrams of equivalents of CaCO3 present per liter. Okay, how many mg of equivalents of CaCO3 is there in 1 liter? In this way, we can describe mg per liter. Okay, now here third one is degree Clark. Degree Clark is the number of grains of equivalent CaCO3 present in 70,000 parts of water. Okay, here next or fourth unit is degree French. Degree French is the number of parts of CaCO3 equivalents present in 10 raised to 5 parts of water. Everywhere if you can see the last amount, that is the solvent amount, that is the amount of water will be changed. Okay. Now let's observe their internal conversion or interconversion. So 1 ppm is equal to 1 mg per liter. And 1 mg per liter is equal to 0.07 degree Clark. Now 0.07 degree Clark is equal to 0.1 degree French. Okay. In this manner we can say that 1 degree Clark is equal to 1.43 degree French is equal to 14.3 ppm is equal to 14.3 mg per liter. So we can say that here that mg per liter, 1 mg per liter is equal to 1 ppm. This is the simple conversion. Okay. This we will use in our numericals at the end of this chapter. Now we have seen that what is a hard water actually. So let's observe that what are the disadvantages of hard water actually. We can take into account that 2 different uses or 3 different uses are there. Mainly we can divide it into household activities, second one is industrial activities, and third one in boilers. So first one, how it can create a problem in household activities, in bathing, in cooking and in drinking. So hard water does not produce the lather with soap, but it forms a sticky scum on the bathtub and on the body. So it can cause a disease in a human body, and what will happen that it can create again a disadvantage for the materials which are used in particular baths. Okay. Now second one is cooking. Generally if normal water is there, then the food can be cooked fast. But when we deal with this kind of hard water, then it takes a longer time for the food to be cooked and a loss of heat will be there. More fuel will be utilized. Likewise, here for drinking purpose, it can create forming a calcium oxalate, and in this manner it will create a problem in the joints of human beings. So it can't be drink. And washing. It creates a particular kind of insoluble material on the cloth surface. So clothes become easily dull. The soap is continuously wasted and the clothes will not be cleaned easily. These are the disadvantages which can be caused in household activities. Now, next is in industrial use. So what is the problem caused in industry? Textile industry, if we deal with this, then hard water causes wastage of soap, wastage of precipitates, mainly it forms PPTs, and it can cause the problem for the fabrics which we create. Now let's move further, which is sugar industry. So when we use a water which contains sulfides, which contain nitrates, then it causes difficulty in crystallization of sugar. So the sugar form has a different color. It is deliquescent. Okay, it's not transparent one. Then third one is dyeing industry. Which type of problem can be caused in dyeing industry? Then the dissolved salts in hard water may react with costly dyes, forms the precipitates, and the shade of the dye will be changed. Likewise, here if you want to observe, next is paper industry. The color of the paper will be totally changed because of the use of hard water. And next is pharmaceutical industry. It creates the problem with the products. Okay. So in this manner, it can create a lot more problems in industries. Now, next is boilers. Which kind of problem does it create when we use them into boilers? Right? It forms scale and sludge. Then it can create corrosion of the boiler. After that, it will form priming and foaming in the boiler. In this manner, formation of wet steam occurs. And again, it will create a problem in whole boiler system. So the efficiency of the boiler will be decreased. Last but not the least, caustic embrittlement. Caustic embrittlement will again create a problem in the desirable product. Whatever product we want, we can't obtain it. Okay? So these are the problems that water can actually cause a hard water, specifically in household activities, in industries as well as in boilers. This is all for this session. Next we will see in our next.